Emily was sitting at her computer late at night. The only light in the room came from the blue glow of the monitor. As she browsed social media, a strange notification popped up on her screen. It said, "Hello, Emily. We have chosen you." The notification just sat there, unclickable, as if waiting for something. Emily thought it was just an ad or a virus and ignored it. But a few minutes later, the same notification appeared again. This time, it said, "I see you, Emily." Emily felt a cold shiver run down her spine. How did it know her name? She quickly closed the notification and tried to shut down her browser, but it wouldn't close. The screen went dark, and a single sentence appeared, "You can't escape." The next day, Emily tried to forget about the incident. But that evening, when she turned on her computer, things got even stranger. On her screen was a video of her own house, filmed from inside. The video showed Emily sitting at her desk, looking at her computer. It looked like it had been recorded just moments ago. The camera angle seemed to come from the top of her bookshelf in the corner of the room. Emily panicked and looked around. There was nothing on the bookshelf. She immediately shut down her computer and grabbed her phone. But her phone screen displayed the same message. "Wherever you go, I'm with you." Emily tried to turn off her phone, but the screen wouldn't go dark. Suddenly, the phone's camera turned on by itself, showing her face. In the background, in the dark corner of the room, a shadow appeared. Emily screamed and threw the phone to the ground. Emily avoided using her computer and phone for a few days. But one night, as she sat in her room, the computer turned on by itself. On the screen, her old photos and posts began to appear one by one. Under each one, it said, "Do you remember this?" Among the photos were pictures from her childhood, high school memories, and even private moments she had never shared online. Emily couldn't understand where these photos had come from. Suddenly, a new window popped up. This time, it showed a page from a diary she had written years ago. At the bottom, it said, "Do you remember this diary? I've always been watching you." Emily thought she had lost that diary years ago. How had it ended up here? Emily no longer felt safe. Every night, she felt like someone was in her room. One night, as she was about to fall asleep, her phone vibrated. The screen displayed, "Don't sleep, Emily. I'm watching you." Emily tried to turn off her phone, but the screen stayed on. Suddenly, the phone's camera turned on again, and this time, the shadow in the dark corner of the room was even more visible. It was slowly moving toward her. Emily screamed and jumped out of bed, trying to turn on the lights. But the lights wouldn't work. The only light in the room came from the blue glow of her computer screen. On the screen it said, "The lights won't save you." Emily didn't know what to do anymore. She decided to completely shut down her computer and phone. But the next day, she found a package in her mailbox. Inside was a USB drive. On it, the words, "For you," were written. Emily felt suspicious but couldn't resist her curiosity and plugged it into her computer. As soon as she did, the screen went dark and a video started playing. It showed Emily sleeping in her room. The camera slowly zoomed in on her face. The video ended with the words, "I'm with you now." But this time, there was something else at the end, a set of coordinates. Emily entered the coordinates into a map and found an abandoned building on the outskirts of the city. It looked like an old data center. When she entered, she saw her own photos hanging on the walls. Under each photo, it said, "I've always been watching you." Emily ventured deeper into the building. With every step, the shadows around her grew more defined. Suddenly, the same blue light from her computer screen appeared in the corridors of the building. The light guided her to a room. Inside, there was a computer and a chair. On the computer screen, it said, "Welcome, Emily. I'm with you now." As Emily sat in the chair, the computer screen went dark, and a voice echoed, "There's no escape now." Emily began to scream, but her voice just echoed off the walls and faded away. The next day, Emily's room was empty. Her computer was still on and the screen displayed, "I found you." But this time, a voice came from behind the screen, "I'm with you now."